I'm Jeremy Crabtree from Yurview and On 3, and we're breaking down the top 5 teams in Oklahoma. After winning the 2019 state championship, Bill Blankenship's Owasso Rams looked to be on track to win it all again in 2020, but they were upset in a state semifinal by eventual champion Jenks. That's something the Rams have been using as a motivating factor this offseason, and they have plenty of overall talent to make another deep run in the playoffs. That's why they're number 5 in our list of teams in Oklahoma. Owasso does have the number 2 player in the senior class in the state with defensive lineman Chris McClellan, who is picking from more than 35 offers, but most people believe it's Ohio State or Oklahoma for him. He's an instant impact player for the Rams after transferring from Tulsa Edison prior to his senior season. They also have some of Tulsa's best defensive players joining McClellan, with defensive lineman Michael Jamerson, linebacker Jake Clifton, and defensive back Brandon Ramsey Jr. Clifton is a 3-star that recently committed to Kansas State. It's hard to put Union anywhere but in the top 2, but here they are at number 4 after a 2020 season that saw them finish with a semifinal loss to Edmond Santa Fe. But that doesn't erase that Union turned things around after an 0-4 start to make a deep run in the playoffs, and they have plenty of skill on both sides of the ball to make another deep run in 2021. Union's led by OU 4-star commitment Jaden Rowe. Rowe can do it all and is ranked as a cornerback, but the Union coaches would often isolate him on the opposing team's top player, and he would lock them up. Also keep an eye on senior running back Rovon Banks, who rushed for 639 yards after being moved from quarterback mid-season, and junior defensive tackle Demarion Thomas already has offers from Baylor and Iowa State. At number 3 on the list, we've got Edmond Santa Fe. The Wolves were upset in the Class 6A Division I championship game by Jenks, but they're number 3 on this list by a smidgen over the others because they have 2 talented offensive playmakers. 4-star receiver Talon Chetron made headlines in June when he flipped his commitment from Oklahoma to Oklahoma State, something that grabbed the attention of a lot of national observers. Chetron had 61 receptions for 1,152 yards and 14 touchdowns as a junior, and he's expected to have an even bigger senior season. That's especially true because he has quarterback Scott Pfeiffer returning. As a junior, Pfeiffer threw for 2,300 yards and almost 30 touchdowns, and he's going to have a big senior season. Much like Union, ranking Jenks outside of the top spot is unfamiliar territory for a lot of folks, but Jenks is coming off a 12-1 season that saw them rout Edmond Santa Fe 41-14 in the state championship game, and they're number 2 on our list. While Jenks doesn't have a lot of names that will highlight a recruiting list, they are deep along the line, have outstanding coaching, and kids that buy into the program. They also have a new weapon to work with this season, running back Jaden Carroll. Carroll joins the Trojans after playing his first 2 high school seasons at Tulsa Booker T. Washington. Last year at Booker T, he had 156 rushes for 873 yards and 11 touchdowns. He also scored 4 touchdowns against Putnam West and had 129 yards rushing against Ponca City, and he also had a big freshman season. Along the line, Jenks does have 2 reliable returners in Milton White and A.J. Brown, and Cade Stacy is a name to watch both at receiver and at defensive back. After covering high school football for more than 25 years, I know it's shocking not to see somebody other than Jenks and Union at number 1, but there's been a change in the guard over the past 5 or so years, and Bixby is our number 1 team in Oklahoma after winning 3 straight titles and having weapons to repeat again in 2021. Yes, the Spartans must replace everything quarterback Mason Williams, but they do return 4-star running back and Oklahoma commitment Braylin Presley. The 5'7", 157-pound Pressley might not be big in size, but he's big in making impact plays. As a junior, Pressley was the team's leading rusher and leading receiver with more than 2,700 yards. The Spartans also had the top-ranked overall player in Oklahoma's junior class in tight end Luke Haas. Haas had 9 touchdown grabs as a sophomore and already has more than 30 scholarship offers, including Alabama, but most people believe he's going to stay home and play for Oklahoma. They also have good play on the offensive and defensive lines, and the Spartans are primed to make a 7th run to a Division II Class 6A title in 8 seasons. I'm Jeremy Crabtree with Yurview and On 3, and that was the top 5 teams in Oklahoma.